Hero did it the other day as well in WCS America. I think Scarlet was even watching those games. This is interesting though. This is something we don't see super often. There is an extractor going down before the hatchery is going down, and this drone in the main base of Parting. Oh my god, he has been watching way too much of Root Katz's stream, because the El Capitan, he is the true maestro of builds like this.
And he has no idea, Parting.
Nope.
He saw that drone get in there, surely, but somehow, right now, he's not scouting for it. He's playing like he really doesn't expect it. I mean, ideally, he will get a cannon, a gateway, and get the units that he needs to defend, or even...
He's going to check the gold base right now, because I think something he often sees like, hey, where are the expands? Oh, so he's probably taking the gold? No, wait, what is going on? And I think within 20 seconds, he's going to check his main base, because he has to realize now that something is up. The Roach Warren is going down in the main base of Scarlet, so C is aiming to get a couple of roaches out.
This is really bad for Parting right now. He has no idea this is happening. He needs to see it, and to cannon the hatchery, ideally, but even then...
he's going to check it.
But is this too late?
Oh my god,
Burrow starts! Burrow starts now. Does he have time to cannon this?
I don't think so.
He needs to maybe cancel Nexus.
Ah, okay. If he's starting to pull probes as well, this is a really big commitment for Parting. But I think it's the right decision.
He needs to cancel the Nexus, surely. I mean, that Nexus is going to be useless. He needs to defend that. He's not going to have any money. I mean, he's mining on like 9 probes right now.
Yeah, maybe you're right. He is going to get at least one cannon down. But yeah, maybe you have a good call there. Maybe if he cancels Nexus. Then again, if he doesn't take too much damage now and he has that Nexus, he's in a game-winning position almost immediately.
Oh, he's trying to surround the eggs. He's trying to surround the eggs so that the roaches can't go past and then they will die. But the first one is going to be out very soon. He's going to start killing these probes. I think he's going to be able to get away. He's trying to break free right now.
There is one Zealot on the way, and that Zealot is going to help out quite a bit against these roaches that are trapped. There is a cannon. Look at that surround. The probe surround is so good, but still there are 2 roaches, and Burrow is 85 seconds in. But what a good surround there by Parting.
Oh, the roaches are going to die here, and the Queen gets an inject off on the hatchery, which might be targeted actually. He needs to get a surround on the other roach, but see, Burrow,
a single roach,
3 seconds away from finishing.
Yeah, just a single roach is already going to allow Scarlet to do so much economic damage. He has to make sure that this roach stays alive, and it will stay alive.
The Queen got surrounded and killed here, and even though Parting is going to have defended this here in a second by killing the hatchery, more roaches are about to come out, and I think at least one of them, I think actually both, are going to be able to escape. 3 roaches with Burrow against just 1 Zealot. No Mothership Core inside. This is trouble.
Yeah, exactly. If Scarlet is able to get 4 roaches behind the mineral line of Parting, C is putting herself in a phenomenal position. C can burrow these roaches all day, every day. So many probes are going to fall. And will this be the first time that Scarlet is going to take a map of Parting, or maybe even more? GG, just like that.
But, I mean, what does that tell us? That he tries to take that mineral patch? And
oh, he cancels it into offensive hatch.
There we go.
The mind game is so sick.
And even the drones coming out, that looks like a drone transfer. And so what he's going to do, I believe, is make all of these into spines.
Yeah.
And he's basically going to destroy the Wallen, which is actually tech-rich.
That's right.
And if he destroys the cybernetics core, it's going to be slow Zealots, which are going to just be smothered. Okay, so the creep is out. Creator should see this.
This is about as bad as things can get. He starts a robo immediately. Now, do you cancel your Nexus? Do you let it stay and use the shield battery energy? Like, what are we doing here? Okay, he lets the Nexus finish up. Oh man, this is so bad.
This is so bad, dude. And 3 spines. I mean, he can't get cannons right now. He doesn't have any kind of static defense of his own.
He full walls. Like, I think what you're doing is making batteries and like trying to get into Immortals. Like, I think that's like literally the only chance here.
Yeah.
Stalker pops out.
He's going to have the first target be the gateway. It's just going to be an adept of the Stalker, and the Stalker's taking so much damage. He has it microed back.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, he uses the overcharge now. And look at that, Rogue just instantly targets the gate. He doesn't want to play against that overcharge. Some nice targeting on the battery, though. And now he retargets onto the Adept, gets the kill. God, Rogue is just too strong.
Yeah, the gate goes down. The next gate's going to finish as the spine crawlers are leapfrogging forward. A 4th spine about to finish.
Now, Creator's buying himself some time here. He is going to get an Immortal out into his main base. I think he has to give up the natural. It's very clear that that's not going to hold, but is there any chance to win if he just goes into his main? Well, he decides not to. He's going to go ahead and try to hold this. The Ling's coming up. He brings his probes down, which are certainly helping, but not enough.
Oh, no, he gets it surrounded. The Immortal goes down. Creators' chances of winning this game are gone. That is going to be GG here, as there is absolutely no way to recover.
Wow. The preparation of Rogue here, pulling out the cheese. GG! Send a drone out. Is that to the gold?
I think that's Rogue sending. I think they're both sending drones to this gold base right now. What are they
What the
planning?
hell
Dark
am I
is-
seeing here?
Oh my god.
Okay, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I can't even believe that this is the way that we're starting out Super Tournament today.
I mean, that's a pretty good advantage right here if
Yeah.
he sees he's going down. Oh, does he know that Dark is going for this? He might have done
Maybe.
some research and kind of metagaming Dark here. I mean, two
You think
spines.
that's it? Oh my god.
Oh, they're not going to be able to mine. He can't contest these spines. There's no way.
I don't think he can. He's going to try to make his own spines, but they're going to be very late.
Rogue's making Zerglings out of that hatch as well, I think.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so
Okay, so-
sick.
How did he? He just is. Oh, you know,
He
maybe
sent
this
two
is
drones.
part of his. Yeah, well, I'm saying maybe this is part of his plan. Like, okay, if he takes it, but he sent the 2 drones, so I think he knew, like you said.
It's either, yeah, and he started building the spines even before he scouted
Yeah.
the hatchery, so he must have known that this
Yeah.
is the build that Dark is going to go for, and Dark, he's going to have to pull his drones. I think those spines are going to have to be canceled as well.
Oh my god, so
This
a
is
huge
some
advantage.
insane build order sniping we're seeing out of Rogue.
How did he?
That's phenomenal.
Maybe this has just become the. Well, the thing is, there's only a few top Zergs here. Maybe this is just like what the meta is.
But you would think that if this was the meta, that Dark would try to get some eyes on if there is counterplay there at the gold, right? Unless this is the first time that Rogue is kind of going for this counter. And
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm blown away by this game right now. But Dark is going to go ahead and make some banelings towards his opponent's base here.
Zergling speed a little bit faster there for Rogue. Not sure he's going to be able to get too much damage done with that. But having that forward hatch, I mean, he's built a lot of lings there, and that hatchery's already down for Dark. Those spines dishing huge damage, and we're going to have a little bit of Baneling versus Baneling action.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be poking up the ramp here. Queen going to be targeting. Oh, nice
that was
connection.
a good connection. And the Queen snipes another Baneling as well. More Banelings coming in now for Rogue. He wants to get on top of these Banelings as they hatch, but no, actually going for the drones. And if he can make connections... Oh, the split. Oh, that's a lot of drones going down. In the meantime, though, Dark.
Oh my god, a ton of drones falling on both sides right now. This is the strangest Zerg versus Zerg I've seen in years. The proxy gold spine rush into just Ling Banes running by each other, getting 9 drones and 10 drones respectively here. But Rogue mining from the gold base with double spine, that seems like an insurmountable advantage, right? As long as he doesn't lose his main base, he's just so far ahead.
So funny seeing it go the other way, coming out from the hatch all the way there at the gold. But for now, I suppose we're going to see a little bit more trading as things are kind of equalizing a little bit. Again, the eco advantage for Rogue is huge with that gold base, even taking his natural now, which turns out to be his 3rd. And the one benefit, the one thing that Dark does have going for him is he is kind of tough to kill.
That's for sure. That guy's got snake blood more than any other Zerg, I would say. Like, he is so good at playing from behind. Like, that's actually one of his superpowers, I've always said, right? Like, he's the guy that has like 9 queens transfusing 1 ultra after he dropped to 40 drones for most of the game, right? And he somehow will pull that one out.
If anyone can do it, it's going to be Dark, but I'm not really seeing the path to victory here. I mean, once that hatchery gets up there for Rogue and the natural expansion, the economy's just going to be booming.
Well,
and
it feels like Rogue is going to be able to just turn on the Roach switch really soon, and that's going to be that.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, gold bases are extremely good for producing roaches. You know, you get such an advantage out of them.
I wonder how much of this gold advantage has been lost by setting these overlords. I think this is the 3rd one going down for Rogue.
Doesn't care at all, I think. Look at that. The income is coming back up here for Dark. He's got some good saturation there at his natural.
The gold base will start mining out a little bit earlier than the rest of the patches as well. But this influx of minerals going straight into roaches, I mean, Dark, he's giving it a good shot right now. I thought he was pretty much dead from the get-go with the hatch going down, but he is resilient.
Yeah, it's a good thing he did get those banelings by to kill the drones that were in the main base.
We saw, I think, 10 drones go down for pretty much both players there, and that kind of equalization is really what you need. If those banelings don't connect, this game is just completely over. It shows how a lot of things just kind of hang on a dime here in ZVZ. I mean, baneling connections are so impactful.
Now, right at this moment, both players are producing a lot of roaches. And this makes me very, very nervous for Dark, even though he's lived this long, which is very impressive. The amount of roaches that Rogue should be able to field very shortly here is, I think it's going to be pretty overwhelming.
Especially with another gold base if that gets up. And Dark's trying to morph some Ravagers. I actually really like this idea. He can deny the mining with the Biles, and the Crawlers can't contest it. So this base, I mean, this is a forfeit position now.
Yeah, and he actually has that second gold going up, like you mentioned, so I don't think it really bothers him all that much, right? Like, he already sucked a lot of the minerals out of there, and it's like, okay, yeah, you made these Ravagers, maybe you can kill that off, but he's still massing really quickly right now, and with his own gold base going up, Dark's still going to have a hard time keeping up economically.
I think Rogue might be able to hit a critical timing here. Not quite yet, though. I mean, that army for Dark is pretty powerful with Ravagers and Queens for Transfuse, but let's see. Engagement coming down. Really nice arc as Rogue pushes forward onto the Zerg army of Dark. But these Transfuse popping off and not a lot going down. And, I mean, Dark just kind of playing a miracle game right now. I can't believe how he's turning this around.
Yeah, it's actually really impressive. I mean, everything that's happened this game, you would point towards a Rogue victory, but Dark continues to hold on, actually takes a supply advantage here with his army. And no additional tech as of yet, just Roach Ravager, which isn't too surprising, really. I think both players have to stay on that right now because there's just a kill is going to line up if you don't.
I think any transition before max is just going to be too costly, and if your opponent identifies it, the counterattack can be devastating.
Yeah. Like, eventually I'd like to see, you know, maybe the Infestation Pit and a Hydralisk Den come down, try to work towards those lurkers, but definitely not quite yet.
Another engagement coming down, both players trying to dodge Biles. It looks like Rogue is trying to use these to set up flanks with the Zerglings, but these engages, I'm not too sure about them. Those were a lot of exposed Ravagers, and Dark just pushing forward and crushing this army, and he might be able to ride this kind of advantage into a sick timing. I mean, that was a pretty overwhelming fight. Behind it, he only lost 3 drones in the main base from that Zergling run by. He's just on top of his defense.
Yeah, the Zerglings really are not doing anything for Rogue. I appreciate that he's trying to run them around and get something done, but it might be time to cut that out at this point.
This is the kind of tactic that I imagine works very well in practice games, again, because these are the 2 best Zerg players in the world, and if your practice partners aren't going to live up to this, you know?
Yeah.
You're sending those Zerglings in, they're probably getting way more kills in ladder, in scrims.
For sure.
And you're right, it's not really paying off in this game. I think really you just got to stick with Roach Ravager, and I feel like if I were in Rogue's shoes, I would be trying to set up for a maxed army fight with some kind of positional advantage, because it feels like almost every engagement he's taken, Dark has just had the defender's advantage has been too big.
Yeah. What I would like to see from Rogue, because I think he's a superior Lurker Viper player, is to just go towards Max and go towards Lurker Viper, you know? He's already sucked a lot of gold minerals out of the right side, so that's going to make it a little bit harder on Dark as well. Yeah, I think that's probably a good play, but both sides we see going for burrow and burrow movement. Have an Overlord speed upgrade here for Rogue as well. Probably going to be thinking about dropping some roaches off. I love that he keeps re-droning here, by the way.
Right,
so
that hatch
funny.
has never gone down, so you might as well pull as many minerals out of it as you want. I think the math is something like a worker pays for itself in like about 50 seconds or a minute, but on a gold patch, that's way faster. So these drones, I mean, not only is he getting income, but he's also denying for the resources from Dark. It's really smart.
And on a map that divides like this, that sucking out of the minerals can make a difference eventually. I mean, it's Zerg versus Zerg, so you don't think it's going to go to mined out, but you never know. With these two, anything is possible. If for sure. I can't believe the game is still going on, and that Dark has won almost every battle, like, without this game open. It's pretty crazy. But here comes Rogue once again. He's got a ridiculous concave coming in from multiple sides right now. It looks like the top, Dark is starting to win. The Bile's actually landing on the bottom part of Rogue's army pretty substantially here. Bile's going to start pushing Rogue's army back a little bit. Now, Dark has won the top part and brings his army up the ramp, but Rogue gets into position first, forces it down.
Man, these players dancing with the Roaches and Ravagers, so much about these fights is about not only Biles, but setting up concaves. And you constantly see, as they go in with every engagement, these players adjusting their movement ever so slightly to get just the tiniest edge in these fights. How are these units going to scale? Is this really just for the Roach Ravager pickoff right there? As we see, oh, Rogue actually, he's going for this base?
Well, he picked off
goodness.
some queens there as well, right? Like, it's just, he's just kind of controlling the flow of the game. You see a few Hydras coming out, but of course that many mutas are going to kill like 2-3 Hydras. As more pop out, though, he is going to have to back up a little bit. The Hydras actually add very good DPS, but they don't have their upgrades, so you can see they're not even firing here in this battle.
No range attack yet.
Yeah.
It does seem like Dark is going to be able to push this army back, but the Remax right now for Rogue, I mean, those 5 hatches, they're paying dividends. And look at the mineral bank for Dark. He doesn't really have anything he can build right now. I feel like once this Roach Remax hits, with 20 Roaches in production, it's going to take yet another miracle for Dark to try and stay alive. This is looking more and more like a Rogue game.
Well, Dark is going into Lurker now, so he's ahead in that regard. Like, that's about it for him. That's the one thing that might be able to turn this game around, because obviously Lurkers are insanely good against Roach-based armies, but well, the Lurkers are going to be popping out pretty quickly here. Of course, we don't have upgrades for them right now. No quick burrow. No extra range, so not nearly as strong as you often see Lurkers as.
It's still a tough position to break, even without those upgrades on the Lurkers. But again, the game for Rogue right now really can just be containing Dark. If you're Dark, how are you securing your 4th base? That is the main issue that he has to solve right now, and I think we'll eventually see him try to move across with his Lurkers to establish some kind of defensive position, but
I wonder if, like, do you have to defend or attack to win here in Stark? Because it seems like both are impossible, but which one is more impossible to win?
I feel like you have to defend.
Yeah.
You have to get back to a maxed army so that you can at least have the chance of taking one favorable engagement. Because if you push right now, the arc that Rogue would be able to set up in the middle of the map would be huge with his Roaches and Ravagers. They're so quick. The creep spread even over here by what would be Dark's eventual 4th base. And this counter harass is nice for Dark, but Rogue can just remake those drones or add more to his army. It's really up to him. His bank right now is quite bountiful.
Quite bountiful indeed. It's looking like Rogue should be able to finish this off. I like the counter harassment that we're seeing from Dark.
Actually,
Dark has really scraped together quite a game.
16 more mutas coming out from Rogue, and I'm not seeing how Dark will be able to deal with that. All of his Hydras pretty much are down into Lurkers.
Mutas.
The mineral income is about 600 per minute. That's not a lot of Hydralisks a minute.
It is not, that is for sure. And 27 mutas does beat 7
2
Hydras.
Are we going up to 27? He's
27.
got 16 on the field now.
Yeah. There we go, 27. Let's go. Okay, these mutas are going to end the game. You can't do anything against that.
Every Raptor's
He doesn't
going
even
down.
have a queen. He has like 2 spores.
He doesn't have a queen? Ugh. I mean, this is what happens when you get bled out like this.
Yeah.
Rogue really just playing the containment game to perfection here in match number 1. I mean, 24 minutes, it doesn't feel like it because it's been so fast-paced and Dark is still on 3 bases, but really, really good play.
GG just occurred.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Proxy Hatch.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I think she was prepped to do this in the first game.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then,
Oh no!
okay, Hero knows that he has to react really quickly and perfectly here.
Yeah.
Throwing a Forge down. Every little building placement is incredibly important here. First of all, the pylons on the outside.
There's going to be another pylon placed over here. I think he wants to get offensive with cannons. The spine's being made in a very nice position. Hard for Protoss to get over there and deny that. The spine has started before any cannons have because the forge isn't finished yet.
Yeah. And
okay, shield battery right there.
Oh, shield battery. Okay,
Zealot coming, probe pulled. I don't know the math on anything that we're seeing here. I don't know how this is. I'm not qualified to talk about this. Yeah.
Well, so far, Hero's holding it pretty darn well, I would say.
In fact, he's holding it so well, I'm starting to get alarmed here. Like, is this just not a good strategy from Scarlet?
It's all right, but you responded so quickly and so well. The amount of probes that were pulled, the fact that there's a shield battery there, it makes engaging this so tough. And with a cannon about to warp in, becoming harder and harder.
Yeah, the cannon's out. This battery getting low on HP, but it's certainly allowed the Zealot to sustain enough damage for this cannon to basically hit everything.
God. Is that what shield batteries really look like? That was crazy. That thing lived for 100 years.
Yeah. Okay, so the spine is now coming up here. There's a lot more being placed. Sorry, more spines being placed behind this. We don't quite. Okay, here we see them coming up now.
Second shield battery here as well now.
I don't think there's any more room for shield batteries near the front of this, by the way.
The spines might actually be able to work on stuff a little bit.
Queen being made here? Yeah, there's one more queen. I assume that has to be coming here.
I would
this
imagine.
hatch. Oh, Link's getting here for a really good surround.
Yeah,
Battery doesn't have that much left.
Well, another battery just now finishing up. Very tough indeed. We need more spines up here.
Okay, another spine comes.
Yeah, little path.
Yes.
Right around the hatchery. Really well placed.
Okay, another battery here and another cannon. That 2 cannons is way more than one as far as how quickly damage is dealt.
I feel like if there were minerals next to Scarlet's hatchery, this would be a Haas game.
Yeah. Okay, more Lings are coming down.
Ooh, some good targeting on those Lings, actually.
Yeah, this is right before that battery could finish, or that additional cannon could finish.
Yeah.
Scarlet tries to retreat, but some of those Lings get clogged in that little area. It looks like the spine might be going down.
Yeah, it definitely is. The cannon actually in range there. Just brutal. More Lings being made, more Queens being made. Scarlet not giving up yet, but this is looking really bad.
Wow, GG. Nicely held by